How's it going? I'm Chris Blewitt, a senior on the men's lacrosse team, and this is Wingin' It. So for me, when I was going through the recruiting process and when I looked at St. Joe's, and aside from meeting the academic standards that I had for my desired school, what was unique and what Coach Ray really sold me on was the opportunity to really create a legacy for a program that's with a new coaching staff and starting to make a rise in the Division I lacrosse world. And I thought it would just be a great opportunity to be a part of a changing culture and a reestablished a team. So I'm not a big professional sports person. I think anyone in the locker room could tell you that it's tough to have a conversation with professional sports with me, but growing up, my favorite athlete was Steve Nash. I just loved the way he played the game and how dynamic and diverse he was. Dream car, again, not really a big car person, but if I had to pick a car right now, my brother really got me into Jeeps in high school, and my favorite one right now is a Jeep Grand Cherokee. So I'm gonna do something a little different here. I think my favorite post-practice, post-workout meal is nothing gets me more jacked up than walking into Campion, and it's salmon risotto and asparagus day. So that's one of my favorite on-campus things to eat. Since I was a young kid, I think Rudy has been my favorite movie. For me, it was just kind of one of the first fundamental sports movies that you watch. A small town kid, underdog story, and there's not many things you can't like about that movie. So currently, I was a big snowboarder in high school. My brothers and I would always go up to the mountain as much as we could, and over the past 4 years, I've kind of had to put the boots away just to focus on lacrosse. So my dream vacation, I'd love to get up to the Swiss Alps or something, get on a helicopter, get dropped off on top of the mountain, see if I still got it. So the best advice I think I've ever gotten was back in high school. I had a coach by the name of Bob Turco, and after a tough day of practice, he brought us all together and he said, play the game the way that you would want your son to play. And I just don't think anyone paints a better picture of someone than they do of their future kids. And I just hope somewhere down the road when I'm teaching my kids or pushing them to do different things, I want it to be because it's not what I didn't do, it's because what I did do. So I think a lot of people are surprised when they find out that I'm a pretty below average amateur magician. For me, one of the best memories I have with the lacrosse team was spring break when we were stuck here on campus. The coaches took us up to Pottstown for a paintballing trip after one of our games. And it was a perfect time of the year where it wasn't too cold out, but there was still a layer of snow, so it made for perfect conditions of running through the woods and chasing after each other and just having a good time. So 5 years down the road, obviously I want to be successful at whatever I'm doing. I've accepted a job working in the finance industry in New York, and I hope to excel in that over the next few years. 5 years from now, potentially maybe getting an MBA, or one of my biggest goals is to start my own company or doing something different like that. I think one of the biggest things it's taught me from day one is just the importance of sacrifice. When you become a Student I athlete, especially at the Division I level, you have so many things to balance, whether it's from student life, academics, and throw on top of that athletics. You really learn from early on the importance of sacrifices and trade-offs, and finding that balance between what you want to do now and how they coincide with what your long-term goals are. Tune in next week and we'll have a member of the softball team on Wingin' It.